Bonjour les amis, bienvenue à Tours in the heart of the Loire Valley. We have a big event in town today. The Tour de France is here. This is stage 6 and in a couple of hours the racers will depart and head to Châteauroux. But first we have a tour tradition to capture and watch. You can see it's all about the Tour de France. You have some of the tour partners' cars parked here by the Loire River. And I am standing in a great spot under beautiful platane or plane trees in the shade. It's a pretty nice day. It's about 23 Celsius, 73, 74 Fahrenheit today. And I am standing here. The tour will actually depart from this building you see over there, which is the Tour library. And what we are looking at right now is the start. This is a pretty neat little spot because I'm out of the melee and the crowds. And I am standing right at the start of what is known as la Caravan publicitaire. La Caravan publicitaire is a Tour de France tradition. It is basically all the sponsors and partners of the Tour de France that promote their products by having those colorful vehicles. You will see them in just a little while. They depart in about 10 minutes. And they toss gifts at the crowd, and a lot of people actually come just for that, for the Caravan publicitaire. And these are the cars that belong to some of the teams, and the Caravan publicitaire, all these vehicles, those billboards really, those cars and trucks are over there by the library, and they will be departing very soon. So I thought this would be a nice time to start our first live stream today. Yeah, it does sound like a little bit like Mardi Gras. You're right, Mardi Gras, because it's a celebration. It's a big popular celebration in France. People are here with their kids. It's a lot more crowded right there where everything starts, and I will take you there later today. It's also very hot. There are no trees, and I thought it'd be nice to stand here so you can really get a good vantage point on what's happening. So I'm assuming all my Australian and Kiwi friends and some of my European friends are here right now. A lot of our other friends are still sleeping. It's still early in the day. It's almost noon in France, and I think they depart in about 10 minutes, right before noon actually. 2 hours before the racers typically. So just a little bit of the history of the Tour de France here in the city of Tours. Tours has welcomed, this is the 11th time that Tours is welcoming or has welcomed the Tour de France since the first Tour in 1903. And at that time it was very different. It was a race that was created to link and feature the 6 largest French cities: Paris, Lyon, Marseille, Toulouse, my hometown, Bordeaux and Nantes. And Tours was featured in that tour. And it was featured again in 1904, and then on and off through the years. The last time Tours welcomed the Tour de France was in 2013, so it's been a long time. And everybody is quite excited, especially after the year we've had, about having the Tour here again. So it's pretty quiet where I'm standing, which is nice, but it's extremely loud over there by the departure line because they have des animations, as we say, which is basically a microphone and guys games with the kids, and they're screaming and they're shouting. You'll partake in some of that later, but I like it much better here. Oh, and I just saw a couple of messages go by. Thank you to those of you who got up early to watch this. So again, this is not the actual race. It starts only in a couple of hours, but this is still a very important ritual of the Tour de France race, which is la Caravan publicitaire. All the tour partners and sponsors that will be coming here go by us basically on their way to Châteauroux, which is the end of the stage, featuring and promoting their services. And some of them are quite well known. Some of them have been part of the Tour de France for decades. You can see the trees have been wrapped up in the colors of the most popular jerseys in the Tour, the yellow jersey, rewarding the best racer, the green jersey, the best sprinter, the white with red dots, which is the best climber, and the white one, which is for the best and youngest racer in the Tour. So everybody's pretty quiet. We have a school across from us. This is a school, a complex, I should say, because there are several schools in there. And you can see those three castles. And these are part of the coat of arms of the city of Tours, the three castles and the three towers and the three fleurs-de-lis. This is part of the coat of arms of my new city. So for me, it's a little special to be here because like many French people, I started attending the Tour de France as a child during the summer with my family, wherever we were in France on vacation. Sometimes in southern France, we would go with a picnic, sit on the side of a road for hours, play around, and then eventually the racers would zoom by and we would cheer them on, and they would the Caravan would toss gifts at us, and it was all part of the folklore and the experience. And I haven't done this in years, so I'm doing this now as a grown woman. It's a little bit different. I feel like I can't be as silly as I was then, but who knows what could happen later today. Bonjour à tous. I see your messages. Welcome. We are waiting for the start of the Caravan publicitaire, the first big part of a Tour de France stage. I think it's scheduled in a little over 5 minutes now, and they will be departing from the Tour library. Over there, you can see a lot of the cars are already parked, but the loud part is coming after those cars. Skoda is a big partner of the Tour de France. All these cars are Skoda cars. People are wearing jerseys featuring sponsors. You see that everywhere. 5 minutes away, somebody just said, so hopefully he's right. Bonjour les amis, welcome, welcome. So you will pick up on some of the excitement where we are here, though this is a quieter place and a much nicer spot because we're in the shade right now. Can you see? But I will take you to the heart of the action a little later. And I probably won't be able to say much because it'll be so loud. So I hope you can hear me okay for now. So like I was saying, Tours has welcomed the Tour de France 11 times. This is the 11th time since 1903, so it's a pretty big deal. Tour has had a few champions. One of them is still alive. He is in his 70s. Don Guillaume is his last name, and he's always part of the Tour de France. Somebody asked about the little gifts that the Caravan publicitaire, all the sponsors and partners toss at the crowds. Yes, they still do that. So it's not like Mardi Gras with beads, but it'll be, promotional things. And in fact, there's been a bit of a controversy over the last few years because a lot of the stuff they threw out was plastic. And so, now we're a lot more environment conscious. And so a lot of the gifts and gadgets, I think, have been redesigned so there would be less plastic, or that at least they would be recyclable. So a sign of the times, if you will. Now the young people you're going to see go by on all these, I'm tempted to call them floats, though they're actually cars and trucks. Those branded vehicles got the job of a lifetime for the summer. It's very hard to get that kind of job. You'll see mostly young people tossing things at the crowds if they do in this section. And they basically get to travel for the whole duration of the tour. And their friends, I'm sure, are pretty envious because they travel all around France. They all know each other. And it's a big celebration. So we have more crowd here too. It was really empty earlier, but now they're about to start. Many more people. And then, of course, it'll get a lot busier in a couple of hours when the racers start over there. Mathieu van der Poel, the Dutch racer, who happens to be the grandson of a very, very famous French racer, Raymond Poulidor, is still wearing the yellow jersey. We don't know for how long, but he still is, which is wonderful. And the French racer Alaphilippe is number 4, if my information is correct, so far. And then I'm sure you all have your favorites. I think I see some action over there in front of the library. I see some people jumping in the middle of the street, so they are definitely getting started. Friends, the party is about to start. Very grateful for the shaded spot. And today I'm planning to basically share some street vibes, like I always do, and show you French people enjoying this big event that's always been so important in the country, bringing people together, if you will, and God knows we need this right now, everywhere. It's a big family event. You'll see kids as well, even though they're supposed to be in school. In fact, I can hear kids. It's probably their lunch break in there, in this school complex here. But some of them are with their parents. I'm sure they bailed. They're not in class this morning. Ooh, they're definitely getting closer to us. I see people cheering over there. So be patient. It will be a few more minutes. It's still pretty quiet here. Lots of police, lots of gendarmerie, choppers, pretty high security event. And the closer you get to the departure line over there, you have to wear your face mask, of course. Social distancing. How about I raise my arm so you can see a little better? All right, it's time. They should be on their way now. So, you know, the Tour de France is a great deal for the cities that host the stage, like Tours. In fact, I heard that last night all the big hotels in Tours were sold out. So typically the teams will be housed in hotels in the suburbs, and then all the Tour officials, and that's hundreds of people, need to be accommodated in the heart of the city. So all the hotels in Tours were sold out last night. I will show you a couple of them that just opened on purpose for this event, just in time, in fact. And I see cars coming our way. We are on our way here. Might get a little loud. I do remember that part. The good thing is I'll have a couple of hours to, or an hour and a half to recharge my battery before the racers actually leave Tours, so there'll be plenty of time to do that. Phew! Here they come, fellas, here they come.
De la traversée.
They're telling us not to cross the street no matter what happens. If I do this, you might be able to see a little better. La Caravan arrive, he said. The Caravan publicitaire is on its way. And this is how this big party always starts. It's colorful, it's lively, and it's loud. Here they come. Youhou! Laissez les bons temps rouler.
LCL, partenaire.
Wouhou! Pardon. Let's try this. Get you closer to the action.
Ne franchissez en aucun cas les voies de circulation, c'est avant tout pour votre sécurité, messieurs, dames.
They're having a great time. Woo! Yeah, you're right. They are driving pretty fast, aren't they? Good thing there's a fence in front of me, actually. Woo! What? You know what happened? I just got hit by a gift. I got a hat. Sorry about that. Maybe I should stand back, eh? I got a gift, I got a gift. Right, bonus, good thing it was a soft one, Catherine. Made of fabric, it could have been ugly. Oh boy, that one's throwing tons of stuff. I'm gonna be careful now. Puget, olive oil. I'm protecting that with the hat. Puget, olive oil. Good stuff. Here we go. Woohoo! I hope they're not actually tossing bottles of olive oil. I think we have more condiments coming our way, friends. I see. What is this? Marque française, French brand. Omega. Le Sieur, all those French brands. Haribo, my candy, my favorite candy. Yes. Tagada, les fraises Tagada. I feel like a kid again. Woohoo! I could if I wasn't holding, I could have caught a few if I wasn't holding a stabilizer, but duty calls. I have to share with my online friends. I'll catch the candy later. Leclerc is coming. That's one of the big sponsors on the tour. You know that hypermarket chain? Here's Leclerc. A cantaloupe. We have a cantaloupe, friends, and it's bio, it's organic. Une fraise, a strawberry. Lots of dust, by the way. Woo! Watch out for the condiments. It's raining condiments. Well, Leclerc has a big float of cars. Yeah, Christine, that is the job to get. I know those kids have to audition or interview for a while, and I'm sure they're really hard to get, all these jobs. Might be time for me to switch arms. Try and keep stable for you. Woo! Oh, something went straight through by my face. I don't know what it was. That's right, I could do that. I'll hold out the hat to catch the goodies. Beautiful hat. Green, the color of hope. Perfect. Ah, here we go. No, there is one car I'm waiting for, but I don't know that it will be here. Chris, make glasses.
Chris, absolument, tu l'as dit, Chris.
Chris, opticians. Woohoo! Let's get up a little bit. And they keep coming. So remember, we're just watching the Caravan publicitaire for now, all the sponsors. And I read somewhere that about 38 to 40% of people say they come primarily to see this and to get gifts from these guys before they come to see the tour. Believe it or not. And then the racers will start from that building you see over there on the right-hand side, the library, in about a little under 2 hours now, so I'll be back for that. Woo! Logis de France, a great chain of accommodation in all around France.
C'est notre logis hôtel.
Let's take a look at the crowd. It's a lot more packed over there, you can tell. So earlier there was a woman with her friend. She was taking pictures and she said she was here because her husband was working. And she said she would blackmail him if he wanted to see the photos. He would have to do the dishes for a week and maybe the grocery runs as well. Ah, you're welcome. I'm happy to share with you. Oh, anybody needs detergent? And they make it look easy, but it's actually the organization for this portion of the event is extremely tight, and they're very used to it. But the security is very high, and they know exactly what to do. Citroën! Ooh, I like this one.
Ça commence.
The police. You're the young guys. The police gets a special welcome. Here they come, my favorite, they're still here. The Deux Chevaux, the Citroën 2CV for the famous charcuterie saucisson brand Châteauroux. They've been here for decades. Woo! Woo! Best Deux Chevaux in the world, look at that. Woo!
Sur cette étape, cette 6e étape.
Dang, I wish I could catch some saucisson. Yes, Sylvain, they're here, look. My favorite. Bonjour la Touraine, he said. Bonjour Touraine region. Oh, now, you know, I've seen my favorite now. I'm really happy. All these tours to wrap your heads around. We have the Tour de France, T-O-U-R, in Tours. Loire Valley, T-O-U-R-S, and this is on tour, a virtual tour, T-O-U-R. How about that? Le Gaulois, the Gaul. They have the best job this summer, these kids. What do we have here? The Gaulois, the rooster, chicken nuggets, I'm assuming. Woo! Look at all these chickens. That's right, Sylvain. We saw our favorites, Haribo and Cochonou. Gaulois. Lion de Gaulois. Et toi. The Gaulois is getting a lot of cheering. They've been going for about 20 minutes now. I keep filming until they stop, and it shouldn't be too long. And then we'll resume when the race starts, right before 2 p.m. My time. And I'll probably start right about here too, so you can see better. And then I'll take you back to where the action is downtown. Yes, I like the chicken tune too. Oh, Century 21st, I bet a lot of you know that brand. The cute little bags.
Bonne journée, mes chers amis.
Bonjour, monsieur.
La caravane la plus sportive du Tour de France, Châteauroux 21.
The most athletic caravan of the Tour de France, he said, the Century 21. Or is it Century 21st? And they keep coming. Oh, we have an interesting one. Look at these. FDJ. Look at that. La Française des Jeux. If you're a gambler, if you play Lotto, woo, we have soap bubbles. Millions of soap bubbles. Can you see them? I think I just swallowed a couple of soap bubbles. And there's more. Because what I'll do is I'll start walking towards where they're starting to bring you closer to the action. Look at these two. Oh, so cute. Those are homes for retirement homes for seniors. You might have guessed. Coffee. Ah, now that's a good one. Coffee. He's getting a workout. So is this guy. Look at him. I will show you where the starting line is before I wrap up for this one. It's right here. It is actually very crowded. Yeah, it doesn't seem crowded where I am now. That's why I started here, but it actually gets very crowded where we're headed over there, as you might have guessed. Let it be known that we saw, and the French people watching this with us today, like Sylvain, know, we have seen the two best parts of the caravan. The Cochonou, saucisson brand with the 2 CV, the deux chevaux, and the Haribo candy. Oh, here's an interesting one. Hope you can see I'm raising my arm as high as I can. It looks like a castle. Béarnaise sauce on the move. So La Caravan Publicitaire, of course, is a great way to promote brands. Astérix is here, friends, promoting the Parc Astérix outside Paris. The most favorite Gaul. Oh, and Obélix's friend with the little dog, Idéfix. All the characters from the Parc Astérix are here. The Druid, Panoramix. I know they have different names in your countries. They just keep coming, it's incredible. Let's see. I am going to sneak through. Pardon? See, it gets more crowded here. What a great geography lesson for all the kids working the Caravan publicitaire. They have no excuse not to know La Belle France after this, since they get to travel around it. Vittel, another big sponsor. Woo, and look at this!
Bonjour à tous, merci. Gros bisous d'amour.
Okay, now tricky. I need to put my mask back on because I'm getting back in the crowd with one hand. So give me a second. With a glorious view on the porta potty. Okay, here we go. Got it. Hope cell coverage is going to hold up here. Lots of people using their phones. Yes, Sylvain, that's what I'm planning to do. I won't be at the starting line. I've already told people it's too crowded and we wouldn't see anything. So I'll find a good spot, not to worry. You'll see them go by. A shady spot if I can. Shaded spot. So we're very close now to the library, and this is where everything starts. You can see the crowds are getting thicker. Look at the big yellow jersey on the facade of the library. La Bibliothèque de Tours. All right, so if you just joined us, you can catch the replay later. You'll have time to watch this before I start the second live stream for the race later. And here we are on the Place Anatole France, where everything starts today. Look at the crowd. People started arriving this morning. Here's the big stage. They were doing some.
La boutique officielle du Tour de France s'arrête juste devant.
The sound, the noise is all part of the Tour de France. So all day long you have what we call animation, entertainment.
Contre la pandémie, il faut que l'on se serre les coudes, c'est en image.
We all love le Tour de France. Nous aimons tous le Tour de France, the commercial says. Let's cheer on the racers, but let's respect social distancing. Distance, respect social distancing, wear your face mask. Let's protect each other, let's protect the racers. Look at him. Yep, 18th of July is when it wraps up. So am I a prisoner here? Oh no, I don't think so. Okay, I'm gonna do this. It's really crowded and I don't like it. Look at these people.
Protégeons-nous, protégeons les coureurs, c'est ainsi qu'on verra.
This yellow truck, oh, it's better here. The yellow truck is la boutique officielle, the store where you can buy all the gear. I will probably get something for my kiddo who lives in the United States. And here is the Pont Wilson where I've taken you often. If you follow my live streams in Tours, the Pont Wilson, which is close to traffic today, even to the tram. And they have set up little houses, des chalets, featuring local producers, local food. I think I will wrap up by the river right there and let you go because I'll be back this afternoon after the race starts. Pardon? But I have to finish with this beautiful site. So here are all the little booths featuring local producers. You can see what a glorious day this is. Look at the sky. And here is a beautiful view of the Loire River. I know they have boat rides organized on the Gabard, the flat bottom boats, but I'm not sure where they depart from. And here's La Gaguette. I've shown you on several occasions the place where you can come and drink and eat. So I'm not sure if I have to wear my mask on the bridge or not, but I'll take it off for a second since nobody's around me. So I can say a little hello. Voilà. I hope you've enjoyed la caravane publicitaire du Tour de France. This is as much a part of the Tour de France as an institution as the actual race. So it was very important to show you that part today, and I'm glad that I think we got some good footage. And I did get hit by this green hat they tossed at me, so we even had excitement and the unexpected, which is always best that way. Otherwise, it wouldn't be fun. Live streaming would be boring if things didn't surprise you once in a while like that. So I will see you. Let's see. It's now almost 12:30 in France. And the racers will leave at 1:50 p.m. here. So I will try and start the next broadcast about 10 minutes early, like I did now. And I will be back to a shaded spot a little bit outside downtown so that you can enjoy and see the racers go by. Maybe you'll recognize some of them. They go by really fast. But we will do our best. So let's see. I will wrap up here because this is such a glorious sight, an island, the Loire River, the beautiful boats, and the beautiful, look at that, it's angry again. I will see you very soon, friends.